Grao.
Yeah.
And it's Grao.
So her tag, or is that what you call it? At Gemma
Yeah.
Grao art.
Yeah.
I always just read it first as just Gemma. I just read it as Gemma art. I kind of didn't. Yeah, I kind of like.
That you can't work out.
I can't say those. I can't say those letters.
Grao.
Because all in Instagram it's all as one. So it's Gemma Grao art. So because it all
Gemma,
like
a few random letters.
yeah art.
Have you ever done? I definitely used to do that with words. So, have you ever just never bothered to like fully understand what a word says, and just almost made up its own meaning?
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
So I was I was on a date with a girl when I was like traveling, and I took her out. You know, nice posh meal. We went for a Mexican in Thailand. That says everything. That's how lost I was.
Bring us some bread.
That's how much I ran away from my life. And so I'd never bothered to learn the word quesadilla. So I'm sat with her trying to impress her, and The waiter comes over, and he was like, "Oh, what do you want?" I was like, "I'm gonna have a couple of the quidsillas, please." A couple of the quidsillas. And she was like looking at me like
Quidsillas.
Yeah, quidsillas, and she was like, she's a lovely girl, but she was generally just staring at me like, and I could hear the cockroaches. No, she was the type of person that would pull you out. So she was like, Elliot, it's quesadillas. I was like, cheers, babe. 2 of those, mate. Dos.
That's class. On my first time of meeting Kash's parents, my wife's parents, there was something on the menu, and it was a fish. I've never had it before. I've never seen it before. I've never said it before. But it's spelled Hake.
Hake.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Hake.
No, I think I can't. How do you actually say it? The
Hake.
fish.
Hake.
It is hake. Yeah.
That's like a really common fish to get.
Yeah, I'm not a fish eater. I said hake.
She really struggled with the other one. On it was spelled Monk. And I didn't know what to say. I was like, can I have one of those?
But
That's the easiest one.
I said hacky.
Oh my god.
But her family, it's the
I
first
thought
time they've
mine
ever
was
met
bad.
me, thought, what
That's
a
like-
moron.
That's like seeing cod and being like,
Yeah.
Cood.
I know.
I'll have a Call of Duty.
I severely let myself down that day.
Right, well, there we go. I think mine's more understandable than that, right?
Yeah.
Can you let me off, Gemma? Mine's way more understandable than that.
I'm just an
We
embarrassment.
had this really weird fish. It was hake. Fucking hell.
Anyway.
It blew me out of the water then.
Right, Elliot, you've not met Gemma before.
No.
Nor's our audience. Gemma's a bit more big time than we are.
All
Gemma's cool.
3 listeners. My
Gemma's
mum and my
way
gran
cool.
haven't met
cool.
Gem, so.
But as we know, we have an agenda
Yep.
to keep to, Elliot.
I struggle with
Yeah, Gemma, who are you?
So, I'm an artist. It's nice saying that now. That's
Yeah.
my full-time
Own it.
job.
Sick.
Artist. Started doing it. Well, did art for my A-levels, and everyone kept telling me to do art at uni, and I went against everyone's advice and
Yeah.
did something completely different.
What did you do at uni?
Leisure and tourism management.
Oh, that was it.
So I think at the time I always wanted to work for like Sport England or UK Sport. So I thought that was, like marketing.
Yeah, the
side
done
of it.
thing.
So yeah, did that, and then didn't paint after school at all until I went on maternity leave. Started painting again, and then went back to my job. Was there for 8 years, and then went into lockdown and just started painting every day. And
Boom,
yeah,
lockdown
that's
did
how
it.
Happened.
Oh, did lockdown make the plunge?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, good.
So Gemma's steps ahead of us.
Yeah, did you get furloughed or?
Yeah, so I was on furlough for like a year and a half.
Oh,
was it,
wow.
I think? Yeah, I don't know if it was that long. I was back a bit for like 2 days a week, and then left again. But yeah, I was literally.
You got the greatest bit of government funding
Yeah.
to chase your dream. No one else in the arts in real life ever gets that. Just in like COVID.
Yeah.
They're like, the arts don't really matter. Every like arty person in COVID went, I've got frickin' free money to practice my
at
art.
last.
And is it specifically painting
Yeah.
as your art area?
So yeah, I was literally just painting every day, like in the garden.
And like, I also I just want to know this though. What's your actual thoughts on Picasso? Because I know I went to a museum, right? And that fella just drew Peppa the Pig or like hairdryers with eyes on it. Is that Picasso?
Peppa the Pig?
Peppa the Pig, yeah. That's what anyone who's old says the before anything. Peppa the Pig, right? I was I don't know where I was. Where was I? I was in Madrid, went to the thing. And my girlfriend at the time was like really, really into art. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm going in. I'm in, open-minded. Yeah. And she was like, oh, that's a Picasso. And I was like, it's fucking shit. That's what that is. So do you paint like Picasso? Or?
Gemma's brought some stuff.
Okay,
in.
cool. But what's your thoughts on Picasso? Because I don't want to do him down, but they do look like hairdryers that are like in pigs with eyes.
I don't know. I just think with art, you can literally just do what you want. If someone likes it, then they like it.
Oh, we could.
Like,
this will turn into a therapy session, by the way.
I'm sure there's a lot of people that look at mine and don't like it, but.
Is it Karen?
Yeah.
It's so.
It's a Karen, isn't it?
There's a Karen that doesn't like it.
Tell us about Karen.
So.
Legit Karen, or is this like just a middle-aged woman?
Metaphor Karen.
Okay.
So I told him that I'd had a bit of an argument this week with a Karen. So I was painting some Playboy bunnies for Easter because that's just a fun thing to do for Easter. And I could see her. So I was painting it on a window. And I could see her reflection, so she just stopped and looked at me doing it for ages.
Just like with the Sainsbury's bags in hand.
And then she just went, oh, I don't like this. And I was like, oh, thanks.
What? As in like just killed the art?
Oh, I don't like this. And I was like, why? She was like, do you not think it's incredibly sexist? And I was like, no, like, I'm a female painting another female that's dressed as a bunny. It's a bit of fun for Easter. And she just didn't like it. She went on and on for ages about how women are trying to get away from the whole...
Oh my God, did you fall asleep? Wow. I'd have fallen asleep.
I was arguing back with her. I was getting really annoyed.
So she went in. Yeah. She didn't just make one comment and leave.
Yeah, and she was like, I'm disappointed in you as a modern day woman.
What? Where are these bunnies, by the way? I want to go and see them. I'm at a porn ban. I'm going straight up.
House.
They're on House.
Yeah.
But that's like
right?
the creative people taking your creativity and then really putting like the problem of sexism on your shoulders as one single person. It's
and like I spoke to so many people all day, like hundreds of people, all like, oh, that's amazing, like great job. And she was the last person I spoke to. So I went home feeling like, oh.
Yeah, did it like?
Is everyone gonna hate it?
Did it hit you?
Yeah, well, it bothered me a bit. Like I had a bit of a rant when I got home about it, but then I was just like, oh, do you know what? Like that was. How do you do it? Because I'm guessing like, art is subjective, isn't it? Like we were saying. Like I'm fucking loser boy over here is fucking sat there dissing Picasso.
Stop putting yourself down.
No, I mean like loser in art. Rest of the stuff I'm bloody winning, but. Loser in art, my artistic flair with a paintbrush is
I'm awful.
Oh my God.
Stickman I struggle with.
Art, really?
Yeah.
At least it's better than me. Like, I just generally just don't. I just cannot do any art. So
many people say that to me, and I'm like, it's just because you've never done it.
I think like you could learn how to do
it. So like especially abstract, you can literally just get a canvas and
clearly.
You want on it,
so do you find it as therapeutic as it looks from our perspective?
I suppose so.
Yeah.
But I can't sit still. That's my problem.
What do you mean?
I'll sit and start a painting, but I'll only do that one for a bit, and then I've got to move on and do something else.
What, like another painting, or?
It's not good for an artist because I'm meant to be sat there painting. I'll just. I don't know. I think that's why I left my other job, because I just couldn't sit at a computer all day.
So, like, is that more like a restless, like, what is that?
I don't know.
Is that like you just get bored of it?
Yeah,
is that like,
I think...
I thought that was like key to art.
I don't know, what is key to art, thinking about it? You've obviously got to be like in a zone specifically when you're doing it.
Yeah, that's the thing.
But you've also got to be free enough to...
I can't plan, say, like, right, at 2 o'clock I'm going to paint that.
Yeah.
Because it depends whether I'm in the mood to paint it. Because if I'm not in the mood, it'll just turn out looking awful.
Yeah. How do you get yourself in that, like, when you were... I was saying this, I'm really stressed at the minute, like, exceptionally stressed. So I cannot create, and I can't even think what I want to create. Like, I have no, like, mental capacity.
Oh, yeah, I agree with that.
When you, like, paint, do you just like end up like doing something you don't know where it goes, or do you have to get into a space to then be creative and then let it like flow?
Yeah, it depends what I'm painting as well. If it's a commission,
Yeah.
so someone sent me, say, like a photo of their grandma that they want me to paint, I've got to, I can't just do what I want on it, really. I've got to be fully focused on that.
Within the lines.
Whereas if it's one that I'm just doing, that I'm...
Just make it a really quirky one.
To go along. And they're the ones that I enjoy the most, just literally just doing, going as, like...
Make as you go along.
Yeah, yeah.
I watch Bob Ross. Have you ever watched Bob Ross?
Is he the...
He's the guy with the fuzzy hair.
Yeah.
If you get to watch like the documentary on Bob Ross, by the way, it's inspirational. I cried during lockdown, and it is genuinely just a dude, and he just
Have
paints.
you seen him?
No, I've never
Mate,
heard
honestly,
so
it's
good.
game changer. I've never known something that
You can
is.
sit and watch him for ages.
All he just gets is that, and then just paints like a picture, and he's not even like he's in character. He's just like really friendly, and you want him to be your mate.
Who,
and
Bob
Ross, yeah. Genuinely, and people mugged him off and they made millions from him, and it's bang out of order, by the way. If you ever watch this podcast, it's bang out of order what you've done to Bob Ross. Mr. BR deserved way more. But what he's like, oh, they're not mistakes. What are they? He says something, his catchphrase is like, oh, they're not mistakes, they're little, I can't remember. He says something, and it got me right in the feels, and I'm in the middle of lockdown, so then watching Bob Ross painting, going, I wish he was me. I wish he was my mate.
Different sides of lockdown. Gemma's there creating a career and you're crying over Bob Ross.
Yeah. You need to, someone, please, anyone out there.
Yeah.
I can't be the only dude that's crying to Bob Ross. But he, like, mate, apparently he's massive in America, so.
Yeah.
Do you want to see Gemma's art?
I want to see your art.
It will create a context as well, because...
Yeah, I feel as though I'm going blind at the moment.
But Gemma, try and point it at one of the cameras. As well as Elliot.
Is this one on?
Yeah, we're all on.
Right, you little legend.
I mean, I hope they're all recording to the hard drive, but... So, what are you expecting, by the way?
So is this one of your original pieces?
This is a print of the original.
Come round here, Gemma.
Okay. Wait, don't show me. I've seen it now.
Have you?
It's got red and orange on it.
Oh, that's nothing.
Well, I've not seen exactly what it is.
Just round here, but hide the back of it.
Right,
the original of this one was 1 metre by 1.5 meters big.
Okay.
And this is a print of
Know those measurements well. Oh my God, there's boobs! I'm triggered. I don't know where to look. There's loads of them.
So yeah. But yeah, the original of this was massive, so it was...
That's amazing.
So, yeah.
And where did you get the inspiration from there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
let me take it off you so you can...
I don't really know, actually. This one's called Fall in Love with Yourself.
Okay.
So the idea was to basically just show that
You can sit back down.
you can be naked and love yourself, I suppose.
Yeah. I mean, is this Regina's now?
This is a skateboard.
Oh. Right, okay.
So yeah, it's a lot of naked ladies that I paint, isn't it?
Oh, wow, you've just gained another follower. I bloody love art.
Even though you don't have Instagram.
Even though I don't have Instagram.
Find a way.
Well, I'll just go up to house up the corner and just stand outside and watch the playboard on it.
So you get the star now, but I think that question though, like where's your inspiration from, is still completely valid. But it's like I don't know, a liberating type of art.
I'm really intrigued by it. Like, also, yeah, how's it received? Is it like, I don't know, because like we were saying, Karen on one corner is going. Like, most of the time, I'm just bloody confused. I just don't know which... I'm just like, look, be free, Jesus.
Yeah.
Like, so, do people find it liberating?
So, that was one of the first ones I did that, like, kicked off on Instagram. That, like, everyone loved it. And since that, I've had so many people send me, like, naked photos of them, wanting me to paint them.
Really?
Yeah. Look, so... Well, this is the good and the bad.
Did you slide in there?
Just like a head behind. Can you paint there? Oh, it'll only take a second.
The normal people that actually, like, they want me to paint them, they're feeling good about themselves, and they send me a nice picture, blah, blah. But then probably like...
Is it normally women?
Yeah.
Okay.
But then, well, every like couple of weeks at the moment, I'll get an email and I'm like, oh, new inquiry. And it's like, hi, I love your work.
El Pal comedy.
Can pay me.
Bob Ross.
Can you draw me like one of your little French girls?
Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, like let me know what sort of thing you want, like the size and everything. And then I'll literally just get an email back
8 inches.
with like a nude photo of a man.
No! Dude, stop ruining it! Stop doing it. She's a great artist.
This is a theme though. Poppy said she had the same. She
no,
had emails.
I know, but who is there?
They're creepy.
And then, but then I'm
Straight
like,
creepy.
do
No.
I just ignore them or do I actually reply and say, no, that's not what I do?
Or ask
But
how
it's
much they'd
happened
pay.
like
If they would want to pay a large commission for it.
That's what I mean, but are they just sending it because they get a kick out of...
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, they definitely are.
100%.
Oh dear.
Yeah, but I'm getting them a lot at the moment. I feel like my page has been put somewhere that's... like
causing
online,
this.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have a word with the lads, alright? I'll tell them to calm it down.
Someone on Reddit.
Football group somewhere, just like send this girl pictures. She'll paint them.
Why is it you've chosen that? Like, because
I
it's
think
women's bodies, isn't it?
So when I first started, I was painting a mix of like pet portraits and everything, and then I started doing ones like that just because that's what I like doing, and yeah, I think because it did so well, I've just kept doing it.
Yeah. She had when we were talking, obviously the women's bodies that she does are of a certain size and figure, but then there's people that like you know what's coming, don't you?
Fucking bore me later.
Well, what about the other sizes that you don't represent or appreciating your bodies?
Why don't they pick up a paintbrush and fucking paint them themselves?
Yeah, the comment that annoys me is, when are you going to paint real women? And I'm like, well, they are like,
real.
They're not robots, the people that I'm painting.
But
like,
also, so if someone wants to do that, don't look at it and go and fucking paint. Go and start and paint your own women yourself.
Also, it's a painting, like it's not depicting what you should look like or what you shouldn't
trick
look
it
like.
over it. Yeah. I just find stuff like that so annoying because it is like you're just doing your own thing, and then it's like, well, have you thought about this? Well, no, because I just thought about the things that are in my head.
Yeah.
Like,
exactly.
oh right.
Yeah, it's just something that I want to do.
Otherwise,
like,
you wouldn't do anything.
Yeah.
Like generally, if you just sat there and thought about all the endless possibilities of like. Who's it going to do this?
Yeah, if you set out with a thing, I've got to please this group of people, this group of people, this group, and then what you create is like...
I do that with stand-up jokes, and they're just fucking shit.
Yeah.
Like, if I don't, like, talk how I would talk and, like, think how I would think, look, like, everybody's not going to enjoy me. Like, I'm going to be, like, completely... But I can only be, like, the most version of me.
I suppose it's quite similar, isn't it? We're both putting ourselves out there.
Yeah, it's, like, really subjective. And also, I don't know about you, but I've had many people like Karen just sat there going, well, this is shit.
But they've paid for a ticket to, like, be there.
But
I'm not be Karen.
I'm not at the level, though, where, like, people are paid to specifically come and see me.
Yeah.
I'm still, like... And I'm almost, like, in an array of people... that they go, right, I like those two out of those two, or him or that, or whatever. But yeah, you can only kind of nail your colours to the mast or fall on your sword and just go, look, that's what I am and that's what I do.
Yeah, well, we love it, obviously.
I love it. I bloody love it.
Yeah. I bloody love it. But to be fair, doing the things on the skateboards as well,
can I actually have that skateboard?
Really cool.
You can buy one.
I can buy one? Okay. How much? No.
And do your ollie.
Yeah, I'll do my ollie.
Go down the ramp in there.
I'll do it. I'll take it, man.
What was your, without going into like what it was, but what was your corporate job before?
So I sold corporate golf days and society days.
Oh, you couldn't get more corporate than that.
So yeah, it was very different.
Yeah, Elliot did a bit of events.
I did enjoy it. It was a fun job. I think I just didn't enjoy the lifestyle. You know, like
was it 9 to 5?
Yeah, 9 to 5. Like,
did you have your child while you were doing the 9 to 5? Or was that before?
Yeah, so like halfway through, basically. Yeah. So yeah.
So you're like an inspiration to us.
What? Yeah. You're us when.
How does the
when
first
you're
few
us
months go
when life gets when life gets good.
That's the key bit. We're like
so
trying
when I handed my notice in, I had this job lined up that was going to be massive.
Oh.
And I was like, yes, like I'll be fine. But they're still...
As an artist?
16 naked ladies instead of 4.
Yeah. They're still doing all the work in the venue. Like, that's been dragging on, and I'm actually doing it next week now.
Oh, wow.
But this whole time I've been waiting, thinking that we're going to get that job.
Oh, so...
But next week it's actually happening now, so I'm like...
So, like, the first start, you thought it was going to be that big one?
And... Oh, no, it's not happening. Like, what am I going to do? But, other things kept coming in, and it's been fine, so... Yeah.
You've made the jump and you've not looked back.
It's going to be fine.
No, but that's what I'm on about. You've made the jump and you've not looked back. That's one of the...
Yeah, best thing I ever did.
Yeah. And then what did you feel like the inner like I always say about like the inner turmoil when you have like the thing that you really love and you're passionate about, and then you're still just trying to almost like wriggle yourself through life to get to the point where you can get there. Yeah. And you just have this like inner frustration and turmoil all the time, like the guilt and the like, I should be doing this, I should be doing more of this, and then you're stressed out from work, and then you don't paint, and then you hate yourself for not painting.
So sorry about that. It's probably going to be really loud on the microphone.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Did you have that? Or just me?
But I think it's well, not to speak for you, but like because it was in lockdown.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Like,
it wasn't doing one
you
or the other.
Everybody getting paid for it straight away. You're like, yeah, I'm a full-time artist.
I had such a good opportunity to just do it and see if it worked, which I never would have ended up doing without that. Like,
and I can put my hand up and say, if it wasn't for lockdown as well, like my business wouldn't have gone the way it did because everyone had to use video to keep their business afloat in some form of way. So it's nothing to feel guilty about because.
Wow, now I'm fucking jealous. Because all I was doing was fucking sat there going...
Yours was on the opposite end. Yours was like
they literally went, yeah, by the way, contact with people, not allowed. So I was like, right, instantly, there goes my life.
Yeah, no, but...
large gatherings of people in small rooms.
Not to say this is the pinnacle, but like we did have our time at St Nick's Park, didn't we, during lockdown?
We met in a park.
Where this formulated.
I just needed something to do, yeah. I was just like... Mate, honestly, I'm really struggling here. Like, is there anything we can do? And then, so...
Year and a bit later.
Doing
podcast, not getting paid for it.
Were you not doing anything online during that time then?
No, so I flirted with it, and I flirted it, but then if you think about it, it just meant there's I think there's 7,000 people doing comedy or people who've done comedy or whatever at one time. So all everyone did was flood onto the internet and just give away all the material for free. And there was no feeling with it. It's literally just boom, boom, boom.
We spoke
and then
about that, didn't we?
Everybody became a fucking comedian. The amount of times I put the amount of times I seen the joke. I think it was a great joke, by the way. But it was just went to take my my wine bottles out from the front of the house, and everybody started clapping. About the NHS sort of stuff, and I was like, oh, that is a great joke, but I seen about 18 people share it, and I just went, do you know what, this is fucking shit. And then I was just like, I just need to live in a hole and knuckle down. I was just like, I just need to survive this and get through the other end, because it was I did try, but then I don't know, I made a song called Isolation Masturbation.
Did you?
Yeah, mate. I did, yeah. Well, I was in the lads groups and stuff like that, so I got my girlfriend's ukulele, and I generally wrote a song called Isolation Masturbation. But it was wicked, mate. I literally put I videoed it to put it on thing. I put used socks. I put lube on the table. I put used tissues everywhere. People didn't even recognise the fact I'd set the scene. And Isolation Masturbation, honestly,
did it go viral?
Did it go viral? 79 people liked it. My mum shared it. So
your mum shared it?
Yeah, that's a win for me. She's Welsh, so I'm not quite sure she knows what's going on. She was like, oh, I'm so proud. And I was like, oh, yeah. I'm literally making a song about losing my marbles and masturbating loads during isolation. And she was like, oh, you're good on the ukulele, innit? I was like, Mum, I couldn't be.
I didn't know you could play that well.
Oh, mate. And I think the lyrics are awful, but the thing was is that so I was in my girlfriend. I'll try and dig it out from somewhere.
Live session.
It is quite. I'm gonna pick it up. It's quite good. But the thing was is I was trying to record it like a couple of times. Obviously, you have to do a couple of takes. Well, I want to say it took one take, but it did take a couple. So then I'm repetitively just singing this song, Isolation Masturbation, over and over again. And you're in lockdown, and I'm in a house with like 4 people. And one of the lads that I was like, he just came up and he was like, mate, it's a great song. Can you just fucking stop it? And I was like, right, okay, yeah. I was like, do you like it though?
It won't get out of my head. That's the problem.
But I'd seen like in the lads groups, they were all just basically saying like, what are you doing? And all of them are just like, I'm working from home, but I'm really struggling at the minute because all I end up doing is just browsing, looking at one of your bloody pictures on there. You're painting.
I'm probably the cause of my
yeah. I was watching a skateboard video. Someone did an ollie, and then
suddenly you're emailing saying, "Can you do one of me?"
Yeah. So that's why life got real good in there. It's just everyone on the bloody lads groups. But yeah, so I did do some stuff on the internet, and then I quickly realised that
I need to hear this song. The views are going to be going up.
Mate, I'll bring it
straight
in
after this is
if
out.
we can make it. If you can make it a top hit, yeah, we'll do it.
Love that.
I might perform it one week.
I love that, mate.
So that was my lockdown experience on the internet, and then I just started to hate everyone and.
But it's difficult because art is like your own personal time. What you do, you need other people.
Yeah, you need.
So it's just it's the complete other end of the spectrum. I do feel sorry for you in those moments because it was just stripped away. You were like your trajectory was going in a really good. I mean, it is now, but like you've just had a year and a half of.
It felt like complete flattened, and it just went.
Yeah.
What the fuck have I done? Like, you know, when you're probably like weighing everything up when you take the risk, you were probably going through and you're like, right, how am I going to be able to pay the bills? How am I going to do in normal life? It's like, okay, I'm going to jump, I'm going to do this. How am I going to be able to pay the bills? How am I going to be able to do this? And you weigh up all of those like things that would stop people doing it, and you make a judgment call and go, no, the thing I'm going after is worth more than worrying about this. Like,
yeah.
I'll worry anyway. So I might as well just go off and do this. And then, so I did all that, did all the bloody, you know, pros, cons, wrote it out, fell out with my parents. And then I just missed out global pandemic and then just went, oh, for fuck's sake. And then blamed myself.
Should have seen it.
Yeah. Should have bloody seen it coming. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
But
to be fair, Gemma, it's great actually having you, Poppy was a little bit different, but having you, like, you've done the jump. Been there, we look at you and we're like, we wouldn't tell. We see your art, it's online. Yeah. You've got a lot of followers. Looks like you're doing really, really well, but we wouldn't have known that you'd taken a jump a year ago, year and a half ago. So it's
what were the things?
Reassuring
what were the things were like keeping you up? Like, what were the things that you were really like turmoiling about whether to carry on doing it, or was it like made up for you?
I think it is literally just money, isn't it? That's
Great
the
question.
worry. Like, you just worry so much that you might have a few months where you just aren't getting the work.
Did you have savings?
No.
Oh,
so, yeah.
Reassuring again.
And I suppose I did save quite a bit during lockdown because I was obviously getting my furlough.
Oh, fucking course you were, man. Fuck me.
But yeah, like, it's just that's the worry, I think. Everything else was, like, a complete yes. Like, I'm definitely going to do it.
Yeah. Did you get any, like... Obviously, I don't know how old your kid is, but did they give you like support? Did you ever speak to them about it?
So she's only 4.
Oh, okay, no.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Yeah, I've got a video of her going to that painting, going boobies. So yeah, that's the support that
You'll get a video of me later doing
she
that.
approves. I only say that because my son, he keeps asking me when I'm going to do it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cute.
And he is like, without being like, I'm flying a flag for you, he's like trying to push me to do it now.
Yeah, it's good.
It's like now that I'm talking about it a little bit more openly, like things are going to be tough for a little bit, but we're going to do it. And he's like, have you done it yet? When are you doing it?
Oh, that's nice.
But I didn't know how.
Yeah, like everyone around me kept saying, like, why aren't you just doing it? Just do it. And yeah, there wasn't really anyone that said not to.
Yeah.
Like, even my mum and dad were, because they were the ones that were pushing me to do art at uni.
Oh, were
they?
they?
End up doing.
Oh, that's great.
So as soon as I said that I was going to do this, they were like, yeah, just like, you've got to do it.
Because we have risk
Jealous?
averse. we have risk
I'm
averse
so
parents.
jealous.
They're the ones that are like, but how are you going to pay your
really?
mortgage?
Yeah.
That's the first type of question.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, but in your
I think
case...
my dad paints as well, so I think for him, like, he loves the fact that I'm doing it.
Is he called
now.
Bob?
Yeah.
Last name
He
Ross.
is Bob. I didn't want to tell you.
What a fucking legend.
All three go.
Yeah.
Oh, that's class.
Yeah.
Oh, to be fair, you're top guest. Before we go into the story that we've got, that you've kind of part shared with me, Elliot, you messaged me to say that you had a terrible gig in the last month, or you've got a terrible gig story. Please
Which one?
Maybe
I don't know.
a couple of weeks ago, you messaged me saying, I was like, save it for the podcast. Because I don't know whether you're going to go into detail about it.
I'm trying to think, like, did we have, like, which was a
one?
terrible gig?
It wasn't Rotterdam, because obviously that was only
That was a workshop.
this week.
That was a workshop. Did we have a terrible gig?
You had a busy month for gigs, actually.
Yeah, like, yeah.
Well,
I don't even know what day of the week it is, to be honest. Trying to juggle full-time work and then doing random things on evenings.
yeah.
Um,
Well, if you can't remember, don't worry. We can talk about our night out we had.
yeah, honestly, worst night out.
Where did you go?
Honestly.
We went to our football club first. I had to drag him out. It appeared like you weren't coming, but it was bonkers bingo.
That's what I went the other week.
Yeah.
Bongo's bingo.
Yeah.
You definitely
I'm-
weren't at the same.
No, that's unbelievable. We had the knockoff version in a fucking football
No,
club.
hold on.
Actual
It was
bonkers.
class.
No, it was amazing. I'm just still really angry about what happened.
Oh yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
So
So it was at our football club, and there's a football team, and then there's a netball team that both play there. The netball team had organised it.
80 of them.
Oh wow.
We thought there'd be a lot more
11
of the football
lads.
team, but we had one table of 6, and
And then 80 netballers.
I think that, and there was another table of 6, and pretty much 80 netballers.
Still went home on my own. The ratio was in so much favour.
Weren't for trying.
And I went back with a sausage on my own. Like, literally, a battered sausage. We did go back with a battered sausage. I wasn't
what
even
you
being
got?
weird. Yeah, we shared a battered sausage with each other. And we're in the back of the taxi going, you fucking... I tell you what, don't need them anyway.
What's the
Don't
Disney
need
film?
need...
Lady
need
in the
'em
Tramp,
anyway.
Back
Yeah.
in the taxi.
Yeah.
It was a great night, but we went to Leamington because where we were, Leamington was in the middle, and then we had to get home, and we obviously both lived the same way.
Yeah.
So we went to Leamington. I had the worst journey into Leamington. You got in a taxi. But then we went to one of the bars, and then we we were there for I stopped drinking, actually. I don't know if I told you. I stopped drinking. I couldn't be bothered to drink where we were. I knew we weren't going to be there long. And at one point, there was a group of 5 lads pushing someone in a little group, and it looked like it was their mate. So I put my arm around the guy, and I said, "Are these your mates?" And I was classically, you know which bar it is, but stood on the table like everyone does, all the chairs. I put my arm around him. I said, "Are these your mates?" He said, "Yeah." And I said to his mates, "Is this your mate?" And they said, "Yeah." I was like, "Well, why are you pushing him then? Like, leave it out." And then they walked off. And at that point, I was like, I've just turned on my dad mode.
Oh.
I need to go home.
What, did you
I'm not even drinking at
What,
this
did you
point
just
now.
lecture lads on a night out?
Yeah, for pushing their mate. To be fair, I
What
felt...
would you have done if they weren't his mate?
Yeah.
Jump
Oh,
down and be
yeah.
like,
I don't know, I
"Stop."
probably would have done the same thing. Like, leave it out. Come on, we're all here for a good
To
time.
take
not
giving them
fucking
detention.
fight. And we even had to fucking pay the bouncer to get in because that queue's such a joke. I don't know
Yeah.
if you knew that.
Yeah, we slide. Can we just deal with the? Can I just want to get the female perspective on this?
Go on.
Okay, I just want to deal
Yeah,
with
no, you've got a lot to share on this.
detail, right?
Okay.
So, look, like, so there was a. All right. So I've come in pretty late. All right. There's a. honestly. I like sat on my sofa the next day and just stared at the TV, like not even watching TV, just literally being like, "Is this it? Like, is this what happens? Is it?" So I bloody, turned up,
Yeah.
fucking thinking I'm wicked. All right, started shouting, obviously been a bit gobby, and there's a girl who's like attractive, and she's doing the like when everyone calls out a number, she comes over to check you've got the numbers.
Okay.
All right. So I'm saying, like, look, I'm going to put myself out there a little bit. I haven't really put myself out there. We'll do this. So one of the numbers came in, and I was like, right, yay, over here. And then she came up, yeah. She came over and she was like,
I didn't know
oh,
this.
what numbers have you, yeah. This is why I was so upset. What numbers have you got? And I was like, I don't know, but I haven't got yours. Can you write yours
Oh
on here?
my god!
And the lads,
Smooth.
yeah, I was literally like, honestly, that's the most creative thing I've ever done. This is, I could be in here. She wrote a number down. I'm like, right, fucking.
That is good, but
Fuck
I feel like
Did
she's
she?
probably had that about 20 times now.
Well, no, there was only 11 of us there. It's the only time. I don't think she's a regular bingo goer.
And this was like a organised bingo within a.
So she wasn't part of. Like,
No.
Okay.
So then, so I was like, literally, a couple of the lads were like knuckling me, and I was like, mate, yeah, honestly, it's what I do, man. It's what I do. All right. So then then everyone, she starts dancing on the table. There's another lad who's got a great rig, takes his top off, and he's like going round, and he's like, Dream Boys. Me over there, and sat with that 30-year-old tie around my belly. Like, I was just stood. Like, the thing is, I was stood with about six of them over here. They were dancing on this table. I was like, no, there's no danger. Don't worry about it. And I was telling these six, I was like, and what I did was I pretended to shout the number. And she came over, and then I looked over at the table, they're necking. Like, and I was like, literally stood there with my drink like that, like.
Gemma, he was fuming.
I
taxi ride home, like, hours after.
Do you know when you don't know what to do? I was like, so as I was telling you, like, me and her are like on really good terms, and I think I'm in. I really think that I'm in. And then I think fast forward 10 minutes, I just sat on the bar and I had about 6 of the netball team around me. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong at the minute. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. It took me so much to come out of my shell and ask for a number, and they were still going at it, and I was like, and look at him, still. He's got his hand on his chest, everything like that, and then at that point, I wanted the world to like burn over. So and then I'm just like, Luke, can we go and get a sandwich? Can we go and get a fucking hot sausage, a kebab?
No,
and
we went to Leamington after.
Yeah, I did, but I hated it. And then, the next day, I was just.
I didn't realise this happened. But he was fuming in the taxi on the way home.
Did he not tell you?
No,
I was just shouting.
He was so upset.
He was ranting though.
I was like, then I'm absolutely smashed. I'm playing on it a little bit and trying to make people laugh. Sure. And then, I was just sat in the back like, is this it? Like, I'm old now. This is me done.
I think before you give him feedback, I think you tried with someone else in Moo as well, but. You started talking about what you do, and you said that she made a proper judgy comment. And what the fuck am I doing?
What, about you being a comedian?
No, I can't. Oh, God. Some other girl came up. There's a little bit of drama that happened with someone who's like mates with my like younger brother and stuff. Okay. So I'm stood up dancing, being like, yeah, all right, yeah. Right, I'm trying to get back in the mood. And this girl came up and she was like, come down. And I'm like, fucking lads. She's heard about what I did earlier. I'm back in. And I jumped down. She was like, are you Elliot Powell? I was like, well, yeah, I am, yeah. And she was like, can you stop spreading rumours about my little sister? I was like,
oh, shit.
I'm like, cool.
Sorry to bring that up. I didn't know that.
No, yeah. So then I'm stood there, already vulnerable.
You're just on another planet this night.
Luke's just trying to break up.
I'm breaking up fights.
He's breaking up fights. I'm stood there thinking, I'm back in. Then just getting abused for 20 minutes. And I was like...
Oh, you were with her for a very long time.
That's why... And then I just got my ear absolutely chomped off. And I was like, this is the shittest...
And you were dancing away thinking, he's...
Yeah. Yeah. And he had his top off again, necking her.
No,
and
not me. My top's coming off.
Yours was tucked in, I think.
Yeah. With a little...
You had a little D&G belt on as well.
What are those things called? The little bum bags.
Yeah, little man bag.
So, Gemma, you got any feedback? For
What's
you doing wrong?
I think that was a great chat line, right?
It was, yeah.
You'd have been like, I feel slightly.
I feel like you're going for the wrong.
Yeah, definitely, 100%.
To be fair, that is like 100%. She was quite young.
She obviously just wanted.
Can we? By the way, can we chop that bit out, please? I'm not having that. I'm not having that in here. Like, that bit's going. I'm sorry.
I'm not sure it can, to be fair.
No, it can't. No, that bit is definitely going out. But yeah, I think she was like 19.
Yeah, no, within. Fucking hell.
That's not. I don't think that's within the boundary. So.
Hey, she's not wifey material.
No, that's absolutely not. No.
But did you want wifey material?
No, I don't know what I wanted.
I feel like you do.
On that night, though, I mean. I feel like
no.
No, not on that night, but...
On that night, it was going to be that, or it was going to be battered sausage from, like, a takeaway.
Which weren't bad.
Unfortunately...
It weren't bad.
The latter. Yeah, it was a great sausage. Kebab wasn't great, but... let's not compile the misery. Is what I'll say.
But that was like, well, for me anyway, first night out in absolute ages.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And the lesson of going out.
Yeah.
Don't bother. It's no
go
point.
to a pub.
Yeah, go to a point. Go to a pub. Point.
Go to a pub. Have a pint. Can you tell us about your Burberry story?
Yeah. So there's a company called London who they basically find old Burberry coats, like vintage Burberry coats, and then they've handed them out to. They've basically brought a number of artists on board that they want to paint on them. So they sent me this coat in the post, and I've had to paint it with like similar to what I've done on the skateboard.
On the back?
Yeah, so just like all around
all
it.
All around
basically,
it, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, it was really difficult because it was like, I've got this really expensive Burberry coat in front of me. If I make one mistake, then
of course, yeah.
Like,
they bollock you.
With a canvas, you can just like go back over it or whatever. But yeah, it turned out really good. So yeah, that's now going to be on their website for them to sell.
On Burberry's or Gents?
On London's.
Yeah. What are they like a?
Do you do men's ones?
So yeah, it's a men's coat.
Oh really? What,
so
with naked
like
ladies on the back?
A distributor of Burberry type of thing. I've not heard of Gent London, but I feel like I should have done.
They're quite new. They're new. They've,
okay.
So their original plan was to open a shop and sell them in London, but then we went into lockdown. They've ended up just doing it online since then. So I think their plan is to get a shop in London and sell them from there.
I've seen it as well on her Instagram page. It looks so cool.
Is it?
So cool.
So yeah, it's similar to the woman on the back of the skateboard. So there's like two of them on the front, and then there's a woman on the back.
Who's wearing it? I'm just saying, if I walk down the street wearing that, like I can't carry that off, man.
Why?
I can't.
It's
because of that story that I've just told.
Maybe that's where you're going wrong.
Maybe
you need the Burberry coat.
If I turned up at that night with that coat on,
fuck the six pack.
I feel as though there will be some dude down in London that can pull it off, and you'll just be like, "You fucking."
Seems like
cool,
a catwalk type of.
Yeah, I suppose.
Quite a high end.
Like you say though, I think London, you get away with it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, everyone's a bit more liberal. Whereas round here,
like if you walked to
Mill
Street with it.
Walked into Mill Street, people would be like, "What's he doing, bro?"
Yeah.
What are you doing, bro?
I know.
You just reminded me of the Bob Ross that made me well up. It was, they're not mistakes; they're just happy little accidents. Yeah, I know, and I was like, yeah, it's great. So you were saying about your coat on the Burberry thing, and you were like, I didn't want to make a mistake, and I was like, don't call it a mistake; it's a happy little accident.
That is a little bit.
Yeah, it's nice. It's really nice. You need to listen to it.
Better than Tiger King over lockdown.
Yeah, who'd have thought? Who'd have thunk it?
That.
You'd never watched it. Oh my god.
Yeah, too busy.
Yeah, actually, that's probably better for your mental health. Because I was generally watching it, going, "Is this what humans do? Is it? Is this genuinely what humans do?"
All a bit mad.
Yeah,
but like to go from just jumping to paint on a Burberry coat.
Yeah.
Commission to paint on a Burberry coat.
Was it like a white Mac? Have you got a?
No, it's like the typical Burberry colour, like the sand type colour.
Yeah, like the sand Mac. Yeah. Like
sorry. Yeah.
Can you get one of them free? Can you do me one of the paintings?
Stop trying to get my paintings for free.
She works for herself now.
If I was back in Oliver, I would be like one of the little like kids that were like, but one of Fagan's little boys. So I'm basically just like, what can I get for free? But I will buy the skateboard, alright?
If you buy a plain skateboard, I'll paint it for you.
Yeah. So what skateboard is that? Is that like a Birdhouse 3? Remember that? Etnies?
Absolutely not.
Just,
I know nothing about skateboards.
I don't know what that is,
okay.
It's just
that's nice.
A simple skateboard that you find
looks
online.
fresh.
Well, I'm not judging. I'm saying that's a beautiful thing. Have you got anything else lined up with? So was that like one commission piece that you did with them, or?
Yeah, so done that. Other random things I've done is like a book cover that came out of nowhere, but that was really cool.
What, like an illustration?
Yeah. So like designed it and then painted it, and then they've had that printed then onto the front of the cover. I'm trying to think what else I've done. A lot of the stuff I'm getting at the moment is murals.
Yeah.
So like the big job that I've got next week to do, it's in a new bar that's opening. I'm doing all the walls inside there.
Oh, wow.
Is it local?
Yeah.
New bar? Tell me more.
Oh, I know. So you know where the river is by Jefferson Gardens?
Yeah.
It's going to be called the Terrace.
Yeah.
So
is that actually in Jefferson Gardens?
No, so it's
across the road on that side.
Like it's literally on the river, so they've got seating outside that's going to be on the river. So that's
Everything's changing, man.
Mate, it is. It's quite cool,
Different
man.
landscape.
It is.
Yeah.
It's like cool little hubs. Like
I think it'll be really good getting that there because it'll bring more people down
this
to the
side
bottom of the town. Yeah.
Yeah, because there is a bit of a thing with bottom of town.
What's like the worst like thing that you've done and you've been really I talk about like shit jokes and I'm like I'm so embarrassed that I fucking went and did that. Like what's something that
I was really hoping you'd bring some of that today.
What you've
Elliot,
done?
Terrible gig story.
I'm just trying to shift through them. I'm just shifting through them. I think that one at the football club, that was the worst gig I've ever had. I was like, this is a shit gig, isn't it? She's loving him. She's hating me.
I'm trying to think. I've done a few commissions where it's been of like, you know, like a face portrait. And it's just taken me ages to get it right. You know, like just like really late nights trying to get it right, and I've just hated doing it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll always keep doing it until it actually looks like the photo.
Do you start again, like?
Or
do you always try and like?
I don't think I ever have. I'll just literally like it's quite easy to literally just keep changing it as you're going along.
Have you got and also the imposter syndrome at all? Do you ever like think like this is not really, if people ask you and you're like I'm an artist, do you ever like feel as though that you're still, I don't know, selling golf memberships or something and you're like this isn't really my life? Or did you ever
kind of like when I said it earlier, like I'm an artist.
Yeah.
I'm actually an artist.
I think that's like the main thing. It's like the main thing. Like I generally do. Like I'll be like, no, I'll be like, right, I don't know.
Yeah, you got to like say it with your chest.
Yeah, no, but like you're like, yeah, I guess so. I'm still someone who just does things. I'm not like defined by be a verb, not a noun. Be someone who does things.
I think a lot of people have an image in their head when you tell them you're an artist, though. They
I thought you were Brian Bedondi. I thought Brian Bedondi was walking in.
They just
Sorry.
think I literally just, you know, like I just draw with like a pencil, like a picture of a pet and things, and
it is. You can't help that.
Like
I think artist is like ultimate freedom, is what is in my head. Like proper like hippie level. You're an artist. Like you almost don't care about being paid. You just want to.
Yeah, I think that's
do
like
things.
what people think about artists.
Yeah,
they're just making stuff for the fun of it. And not
I would generally say and then sometimes like if you have to ask for, if you're like, you know, how much I'm going to get for this. Like some people are like, oh, do you not just
give it
like,
away?
Well, to be honest, actually, I'm saying that, and I'm trying to get everything for free. Look at me. Were you that's why you were looking out the corner of your eye, like, yeah, you knobhead.
That's why I've gone down more of a commercial route with it, though. I think, you know, like doing the murals and things. Like I like being able to do something that's like bespoke, that's going to help their business. Yeah. You know, rather than just doing like a painting that's going to go on someone's fireplace.
Yeah.
And I'd prefer to do something for someone that's going to help someone's business.
Yeah. So with video production, we from the start always knew that if we get commercial work, it's going to pay the bills, and then to pay the bills, it will allow us time to create something that we want to create for ourselves. Yeah. So like a short documentary or an original film idea, but like the commercial will fund that idea. What would you paint for you?
Oh, what, as in to
like it's not commissioned, it's not anything. Like what if you were just to sit down with your own thoughts, like what would you
probably like that.
It would be like that.
That's the one that was like my first one that I did.
The one in the frame?
Yeah.
That's what I would paint as well if I sat down by myself.
Mine would look like paper mache compared to that. Oh, okay. So it would be that. Because mine wouldn't be like... You'd use similar styles and techniques, but like... If I'm doing a video for an accountant's firm or something in construction, anything, it doesn't really matter. obviously I wouldn't be doing that unless it was that job.
Yeah.
If I was doing something for myself, it might be something related to like football or fatherhood or something that like I have a connection with.
Yeah.
Which hopefully I'll get to one day, but it's quite different from like, yeah, that pays the bills, but that's actually what I'd do for nothing.
Right, yeah, I think it's like...
Yeah, I think that was the first one I did that was literally just, I'm not copying any photo, I've not been told to do anything, like I'm just going to paint that.
That's
and
you.
The way, yeah.
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 That's like pure creativity though, when there's like nothing to go by.
Yeah.
And like, does that ever scare you?
No, I get more scared by the ones where I've been given a photo.
Really?
I agree.
Do you?
Yeah, because it's, not to use this as a pun, but like you're given lines to draw within. And if you go outside those lines, those people know that it's outside that line. If it's your own thing and you, shit, maybe I didn't plan that.
Yeah.
But it's okay because no one knows what it's meant to look like.
Yeah.
That's
well interesting.
Yeah.
I get more scared doing like
doing your own thing.
Yeah, like literally sitting there and be like, what do I actually think about? Like fully, what do I think about this on my own?
It's very different though, isn't it? Like with what you do compared.
Well, I think there's like bits like we were so you were saying about like the woman that came and shouted like so if you're painting something,
Karen, her name was
Kaza. If you're painting something, like you're allowed to like free paint whatever's coming in your mind. Like doing stand up, like my words or the way that I try and formulate what I'm trying to think and speak is my like art, as it were, and then I like have to like obviously then go back through all the like little bits and like top and change and do all of that sort of stuff, but I have to be able to like think and create and feel comfortable enough to share words and put them in the right order and put them in all of those things in order for it to be. But like I get really scared.
Earlier, like,
but then
not offend anyone.
Yeah, but then like clearly if I don't formulate it well, like I can say something that's fucking stupid, like really really bad, and it's like, well, that's not what I meant. So then I get the fear of like, if you don't do open mics, fuck me, Jesus Christ, you don't know where your head's going.
Yeah.
You know.
That is.
So then different. I get like really scared about doing it, and then I get like a fear and an anxiety.
But that's because your thoughts go through, and then you say it, and then other people judge it straight away. For what we do, our thoughts, you do it,
and then you get paid on it.
But not even the paid thing. Like you can then like manufacture it a little bit. Like if you think, oh, that's not quite right, I can edit it in a different way or not use it if I don't have to. But you actually like.
Well, I have to be there at like instant feedback, whether they like it or not, and whether someone's going to come up at the end and be like, you know that thing that you said earlier, don't like it, mate. And I go,
had anyone do that?
No. They're like fairy tales. Like I get hecklers, but I like hecklers. Yeah. Like it's fucking funny. I find it really funny.
I don't think hecklers are doing it to. They're not because they dislike it, but they like the
want to get
process
involved.
of it.
Like people want to get involved, and like there was a dude that we did a gig the other week, and he like the gig's a really good gig. I like get on with the audience, keep coming back, so I like know the audience. Really? They know me, and it's so we're in like the room together, and it's almost like it's like a road show, and I'm like, look, trust who we've got on tonight. We're gonna have a great night here, and then the new people will come, and they have this idea of like. That they've got to get involved and they're trying to one up me and I'm like, but this is like these are my people. And some guy was like shouting something out, and you can quite clearly see like very quickly people go, oh no, I shouldn't have done that. And like the women next to him are like, oh for fuck's sake, can't take him anyway. And they're like, he was like I said something. I said something, I was like, he's shouting, and I was like, oh, sorry, we've got someone that wants to get involved here. Like, what's your name then, mate? And the women were like, oh, fucking here we go.
Right, to that point.
And he was like, Cannon! And I was like, what? And he was like, that's my name. Cannon. And then someone shouted fodder, and I was like, love that, great. And I was like, why? Is that because you're a weapon? Like, but like, and then he quickly goes like, oh. Right, well, I'm not going to do that.
Retreat.
Yeah, he was like, okay, not doing that again. But like most of them are trying to get it. But I've not had someone. I've not had someone.
Can I just say you dealt with that well?
Yeah.
Good wit.
Skilled. He'd had 7 pints, so it wasn't a fair fight, to be honest. But yeah, no, like I've not had someone who's gone the worst. I don't know if you have this and you have this, but like the worst is when most of the time it's people just trying to get involved. Like, and you have to separate out when people are just trying to get involved and help. Like, oh, I've got a great joke for you, and you're like, oh, what? Go on then, and they're trying to connect with you, and that's wicked. Or they're like, oh, go on then, this is a bit, I don't know, like. This is a video I made earlier, and then they'll show it you, and it is literally like their dog like chasing a ball, and you're like, you can have that one.
When I was painting the window the other day, I probably had about 5 men stop and get their phone out, like, oh, I paint, and they started clicking
no way. That's the most awkward thing.
Can you paint that?
They were actually all good, but I was just like, it's just funny how like people all of a sudden be like, oh yeah, I do that too.
Yeah, what do you want me to do? Commission you?
But no, I think it's brilliant. Like, you have to like separate out. Like, that sometimes it's like people getting involved, and it's like their way of connecting. Like, because also at the same time, there's so many people that probably did that and were like, oh, I could have been an artist, or I could have done this if I'd have carried on. If there was a global pandemic, and
that's true. They're probably idolising you.
Yeah, they're literally like, damn, that girl's fucking lucky, man.
Yeah,
I've been trying to get a government grant for years. Otherwise, you wouldn't be 2 stick men just like, here it is.
Hangman in the window.
So yeah, no, I think, and then you get people, and then you do get other people that you just like, no, just stop, man. just please put that away.
Yeah.
Like,
I can't see that. I'm really bad at that though. I'll be like, yeah, you guys can show me more.
Yeah, no.
Oh, why am I doing that?
And then you get caught in the conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I mean, with comedy, there's definitely different avenues that people go down. And you're like, yeah, I'm never going to do that joke, mate. And I think you should ditch that material as well. And I'm not going to discuss it on this podcast because we'll lose 3 of our 4 listeners. So,
no, we do have more than that, Gemma. You will get so many more followers. What advice have you got for me and Elliot? Because we are on the cusp.
Just do it.
And wider people. And like wider people, maybe there are creatives on the other side that are going.
Take the risk and do it.
Why?
Because if you're that passionate about it, it's going to work out for you. You'll make it work.
Yeah, I mean, I've just got nothing else, mate.
Do you know what? I know.
I've just got nothing else.
I know that. I know what you said is true, but it's like it's the fear of the unknown.
And I think once you get that lifestyle change, for me, like you suddenly feel like you've got so much more energy to put into it all. So at the moment you're probably like, oh, I feel really drained, like I don't know whether I'd keep it up and everything. But once you're like managing your own time, you've changed it, like
I love that.
You get so much more energy back, and
and then you enjoy it, right?
Yeah, like I used to get home from work and I literally just want to sit down and not do anything, whereas like now, like all day up until I go to sleep, I just want to keep moving and doing stuff because
there's not a finishing work time.
Yeah, it's
and I assume you do all the school runs and stuff like that.
9 till 5, like sat at a computer all day.
Kills your soul.
Yeah.
Destroys you.
Yeah.
Absolutely kills you.
You do all the school runs as well, and
pretty much now, yeah. So.
Yeah. See, that's.
I'm an artist, by the way.
Freedom.
What do you do? I'm an artist. All right, cheers.
Yeah, have you said that on the playground yet?
Yeah. They've all followed me. They're all my
really?
now, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's
good.
Liberating.
I'll turn up to pick Lou up, and I'm literally just covered in paint, and like different people could put like, "Oh, you're a decorator then." Like,
I'm changing stereotypes.
And then they'll see what I do, and then the next day they'll be like, "Oh, I saw what you do." Like, that's
yeah,
cool.
and it'll be like,
they're like stalking you.
Yeah, so like I'll tell them what I do, and then they'll obviously go on Instagram and have a look for me.
Really? That's quite cool.
Did you? We said this before. Did you have people go, "How's your little art thing going?"
Yeah. Like literally just be like,
we got that.
How is it
how's
going?
the drawing going?
keep up the doodling.
Yeah.
It's good, right?
Yeah, you're still doodling.
Keep up the doodling. Because at least then when it doesn't work.
With people like that though, I'll just play it really cool. Like I wouldn't ever show off when people say stuff like that. I'll just go along with it with them. Like yeah, it's fine. Like, really chilled out.
Yeah, it is.
Drew what your wife's wearing.
Yeah. It is so true though. Oh, how's the little art thing going? Yeah, it's alright. It's my life, but yeah, that little thing called my life. Yeah, it's going all right. Thanks.
I think I only get that with people though that aren't on social media, Whereas people I know that are on it, obviously, like they'll know what I'm up to.
Yeah.
The people, like the older people, that are just like, oh, how's your drawing?
Yeah, and to be fair, you're pretty active on social media, so like people can actually see.
Let's see what
just
I'm up to like every day.
That whole art life.
How do you find like social media with all that stuff? Do you like end up comparing? Do you have a good relationship with it?
No, I wouldn't say I really compare. Like Instagram, I think's been amazing for me. Like especially during lockdown, like everyone was on it during,
So
like, you know,
much
just
more.
like like, and that's how I ended up getting all my jobs through Instagram.
Yeah.
TikTok I struggled with because I caused like World War III.
Why?
Can't say that anymore. There is actually a World War III.
Way too soon, bro. Way too soon. You got foresight. You've done it before it actually kicked off.
Like what we were saying earlier. So I posted a video of a mural I did of a woman. You could basically see her ribs because she was like a thinner woman, and everyone just kicked off like, where's the diversity? Like,
let her finish because it gets better.
You're ruining everyone's self-esteem, blah, blah. So I got about 3 million likes on this video, and everyone started commenting. People were having full-on arguments on this post about like why I shouldn't be painting skinny women. I ended up having to turn the comments off because I was looking at my phone like, what have I done? And so it was mental. I was just like, what have I done?
The people who are doing more than you will never have time to comment on stuff. The people who are doing less just fucking sit there and just fucking turn themselves. Like,
absolute Andre wisdom.
So, no, but it's so like, you'd like look at it if you're doing more and you had something.
It reminds everyone it's a fucking painting.
Yeah, you had something going on in your life.
Yeah.
You'd be like,
painting.
You'd be like, I've seen a bit of painting of a skinny woman. That's all right. I'm gonna go off and do like whatever I'm doing. Like, not even take notice of it. But people like sit and like fucking fret and just.
It was just the argument, like, you know, like people that were then arguing back with the other people, saying like, "Oh."
So you're not even involved. You're just there, like
people
facilitating.
Sticking up for me, like, "Oh, she can paint what she wants," and then they'll come back. Like it was just like non-stop.
What? I don't know how long we got
views
left, though. You got 3 million views
on that
but
one
I think
video.
It was all just because of those comments from.
What, like?
Because of controversy.
So what? I don't know whether. Yeah, can I like? What does like feminism mean to you? That this is probably a deeper bit, but like no, but on the back of that though, because like quite clearly, like you're someone.
No, I want to hear this as well.
Yeah, but you're a girl that's like doing really well, and like you followed you out and you believe in yourself, and then like hats off to that.
Yeah.
But then you still just trying to do whatever you're trying to do, and then you still get people tearing you down. It's not as if like there's any.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's
all
like
I want to know is what the fucking right thing is.
They're contradicting what they're saying in a way because they're digging at me for painting that.
Yeah.
But then they're then causing an issue with like the whole supporting women thing because they're not supporting me that I've just painted one person that looks like that.
Yeah.
And like there were people that were replying saying, "Well, I look like that when I'm in that position. So does that mean I'm not normal?"
Yeah.
And I just don't agree with them making that comment in the first place.
What's different, I think, is you're a woman with your own thoughts and you're like putting them out there. So like that should be supported.
Yeah.
When it's like media photoshopping a woman's body to look a certain way, then that's different.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to change something from its natural course. Like it's art. It's different. It's not like a photo that's been changed.
It's been edited, yeah. And I'll always do my paintings to look exactly like the person that sent me the photo. I wouldn't ever try and make them look thinner or anything for the painting. Like, it's always like exactly as they are on that photo.
That's why.
That's the thing. If I was making them look thinner for the painting, then I'd see the issue. But it's not like that.
Exactly.
And they are real women that are painting. So.
And having known you for 1 hour and 3 minutes, like. You're exceptionally lovely, and I don't think you'd sit there with any sort of like
bad bone.
Yeah, thinking, like I'm constructing this in any sort of way, and then people would be like, "Oh, well, that's your bias," and you're just like, "Fucking hell, it's just the way that I think."
Yeah, also,
and like I haven't had someone send me a photo yet that is large that wants me to paint them. That's the only reason why I haven't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, you haven't said this
I
today.
paint them, man.
But you're into like fitness and stuff like that as well. So like, it's a part of like what you see on an everyday basis. Like you're into that.
Yeah, and I suppose the people I'm around are all of that sort of shape, and that's what I see on a regular basis.
Yeah.
I don't know. Does that sound weird?
No, like,
but it's like me saying,
it's your experience.
Yeah,
so like,
I like football, so I want to do a football-related video or documentary at some point. It's like your environment that you're in, and that's what you see and know more of. So that's what you would do.
But I think
like when you're comedy, I don't know exactly what your thing is, but you talk about what you know. That's what they say to do.
That's the only thing I've got. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. So,
but yeah, no, it's like you're like I think a lot of the stuff gets like really confused when. Like, say, something happens or whatever, and it's just like, just let people share their experience, their experiences. And I'm even saying that from like all the stuff that kicked off like years ago. We could even edit this fucking bit out, to be honest. But the stuff that kicked off like years ago, it wasn't like, it was just like, just let people like share their experiences and show their like what they've experienced in their life, and then other people share their experiences of their life as well, and then that's how we all formulate and we all make a good world. Is like, if we can just relax, share our experiences, share like the things that we do, or things that have happened in our life, and go, oh cool, let's all move forwards, instead of like, oh, your experience doesn't matter, but then on the flip side of that, like, then not validating anyone else's experience, and then it's just like, that's where it just gets so confusing. It's just like, if we all just meditated, fucking sign up to Headspace, and I want a bit of that money.
The people that are leaving comments are like, it's like me, if I leave a not nice comment, I'm looking at it from my point of view and no one else's. I don't like that because I might be big and you're not representing me. And someone's like, well, I'm thin, so why is that? And that's all that's happening. Everyone's just looking in their own little.
But that might be your experience. So like, instead of just that's an attack on me. No, it's not. It's literally not about you whatsoever. Yeah. Like,
it's not that deep.
It's that person that's written it.
Yeah, the person who's like written it is trying to share what their their version of life, and that's cool. Like,
and that is art. I keep burning myself on it.
Yeah, that's. Yeah, I mean. But it is, and then I like, not to relate it back to me, but that's what stand-ups do. Is that no? But it is. It's like you might not be like the embodiment of what people want all of the time, but I can only formulate my experience of life and try and be a good human as much as I can be from the experience of my life. If you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, so like something happens, whatever happens over here, like. As a dude that's, whatever, I can only look at it and try and like formulate what I think about it. And then I don't know where I'm going with this, to be honest, mate. No, but like all I can do is look at it and try and formulate my experience, and then we all put our experiences together, and I go, oh, that's what someone thinks, that's what he thinks over here. Like, none of us are right or wrong, or whatever it is, and then we all just like come together and paint art. So. And then so that was me. Cheers.
I
Sorry.
No, Elliot.
I do have
each episode.
I do have punchlines and jokes, by the way. I don't just go off on some massive rant and go, well, that was the end of that one. So
he goes deep most episodes. We before we finish, would like to hear your comments on this. Well, I don't think you've watched all of the episodes in its entirety just yet. Because, fair enough. Who would? But we've actually been getting.
I tried my best. I watched as much as I had time to watch.
Yeah, and she got a feel of how much shit we talk.
That was an absolute.
No, I told her to. But we.
This is the rule. You
have to watch it before you come on. There's a 2-drink rule minimum. We've been getting some good feedback recently.
Okay, good.
From friends.
Yeah.
No, people have actually been out of their way saying like. Who we're with on our night out. A couple of people said, I've been watching your podcast. Yeah.
That's good.
They heard it's going well. So have you enjoyed your
really good
experience? Have you ever done this before?
No, never done a podcast.
Well, you smashed it. To be fair, Gemma, you're proper interesting.
Aww.
And an inspiration to us.
Oh, well, wow. Oh, my God.
No, honestly,
that was the most heartfelt thing I've ever heard. I'm not. Like, I thought that was lovely.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
Yeah.
It was meant to be.
I'm back now.
Luke
Yeah.
Evans is the new Bob Ross.
I'm the new Bob
You're
Ross.
the new Bob Ross. That was really nice word. Yeah.
No, to be fair, I obviously knew what you were about before we came on, but then actually, you're basically doing what we're trying
and
to
I
do.
hope you both do it now. Like.
Don't worry. I'm fucking doing it. I've got no bloody chance.
We've literally committed a podcast to it, so if we don't,
Yeah, you won't regret it. Anyone that's watching.
Yeah. Go out there, live your lives, man. Just live free. You know? Cheers.
Thanks for coming on.
Peace and love.
Bosh.
Thanks.
So many rings, El. Don't leave me hanging, mate.
Oh, sorry, dude. Sorry. Sorry.
Goodbye.
Bye.